Hey everyone, GrimmChorizo here. This is Wrestling Roundup. As you can see, we're in a different room. I don't have the green screen set up or anything. That's because I'm in the process of moving rooms, or at least this is going to be the studio room, and as opposed to the room I used before. And I have a bunch of crap on the floor here. I just don't have a good chance to really have the green screen up, and it's just been a really busy week, so I'm just going to do it like this. I hope that's cool. So let's go ahead and start with the results from NXT Takeover Toronto. Bobby Roode defeated Ty Dillinger. Hell of a match. The Authors of Pain defeated TM61 to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. This match was really good. Both teams hadn't really impressed me too much until this match, and I would have been fine with either one, but Authors of Pain made the most sense. DIY defeated The Revival to win the tag team titles, and this was the best match of the weekend, one of the best matches of the year. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match, and just amazing. Asuka retained the NXT Women's title against Mickie James. Mickie James looked great, really good to have her back for a night, and Asuka was definitely the rightful winner. And in the main event, Samoa Joe defeated Shinsuke Nakamura to become the NXT champion. I did not see this coming. That was definitely a shock, but it was a good match, and I think it was the right choice because it just shows that Samoa Joe is a dominant monster. Moving over to Survivor Series, on the pre-show, TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, and Noam Dar defeated Daivari, Tony Nese, and Drew Gulak in a 6-man tag. Also on the pre-show, Kane beat Luke Harper. I don't know why the fuck Kane beat Luke Harper, but whatever. The Raw women's team defeated the Smackdown women's team. Also, Nikki Bella was attacked backstage, and Natalya took her spot. The Miz retained the Intercontinental title against Sami Zayn, so the IC title stand on SmackDown. It was thanks to Maurice ringing the bell early, distracting Sami. The Raw tag team defeated the SmackDown tag teams, and this was a really fun match as well. Brian Kendrick retained the Cruiserweight title by disqualification after Baron Corbin ran in and attacked Kalisto. Actually attacked Kendrick first, which caused the DQ, but then he went after Kalisto. This was a dumb move. I didn't think the match was that great, and this was just a terrible ending, I think. And the SmackDown men's team defeated the Raw men's team. It came down to Roman Reigns for Raw and Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Orton sacrificed himself, taking a spear for Bray to set up Sister Abigail on Reigns for the win. Hell of a match, almost an hour long, really good. And in the main event, Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar in like 1 minute. I cannot believe it. It took me a lot of time to really decide how I felt about this ending. He literally hit a spear, then a jackhammer. I think it was a good shock. I'm still not exactly sure how I do feel about it because, you know, it's not believable, but I just keep telling myself it's wrestling. I have to suspend my disbelief. A 50-year-old man can defeat a legitimate freak of nature like Brock Lesnar if WWE wants him to. So, I guess it was better than their WrestleMania match, that's for sure. But it was a surprise, it was a shock, and I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but I'm still not completely sure how I feel about it. But I thought Survivor Series was pretty good overall. I mean, the elimination matches were good. Goldberg and Lesnar was a shock, but NXT TakeOver Toronto was a better show overall. Now moving over to Raw, Goldberg announced that he will be entering the Royal Rumble match, so that's interesting. The New Day retained the tag team titles against Cesaro and Sheamus by cheating, so I don't know if they're going to be turning heel again or if they're just cheating because they're the New Day. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson became the #1 contenders for the tag titles next week against the New Day, and the New Day are getting really close to breaking Demolition's record, so yeah, there's no way that the New Day lose the week before they break the record. Sami Zayn was forced to have a match with Braun Strowman as punishment for losing his match against The Miz, even though he was distracted. Then Braun Strowman just destroyed Sami. Mick Foley came out and stopped the match. Rich Swann became the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight title on next week's 205 Live show. And in the main event, Kevin Owens retained the Universal title with help from Chris Jericho against Seth Rollins in a no DQ match. This was a really, really good match. On SmackDown, The Miz retained the Intercontinental title against Kalisto with help from Baron Corbin, distracting Kalisto. American Alpha won Tag Team Turmoil, but then at the end, the Wyatts came on the screen and said, "Next week you've got one more team. Us, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton." That is awesome. Becky Lynch had a match against Natalya. She won, and then Alexa Bliss came in and DDT'd Becky Lynch. And in the main event, James Ellsworth defeated AJ Styles in a ladder match to win a contract to SmackDown Live. So honestly, I thought both Raw and SmackDown were pretty good. It was kind of a toss-up for me, but I think I'm going to give the win to Raw this week because they set up a lot for next week. They had overall better matches. SmackDown just The tag team turmoil was just kind of weird because it had so many quick eliminations that I think it kind of, it made American Alpha and the Usos look really good, but it made other teams like the Ascension and the Vaudevillains look like shit. But oh well, I think SmackDown was good this week. It was just, I think Raw was better. TLC's coming up and some matches have been added. It is SmackDown pay-per-view exclusive. They've added Kalisto vs. Baron Corbin in a chairs match, Nikki Bella vs. Carmella in a no disqualification match, Becky Lynch vs. Alexa Bliss for the Women's Championship, and The Miz vs. Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title in a ladder match. So that'll be a pretty good show. So thanks for watching this week's episode of Wrestling Roundup. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week. See you later.